This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Ooh, alright, we got a really powerful rare in Sky Strike Officer. Great stats, makes tokens, soldier payoff. It's real good. You know, you'll play it in every blue deck, and it's great in mini decks. Thank you for the sub, Imbauk. Glad you find the content helpful, Lexus. But yeah, we take Sky Strike Officer. If we didn't have a super powerful rare, what would we take? I don't know. There's a pretty steep drop-off in this pack after that. I think I'd be tempted by Spotter Thopter. Yeah, I mean, Unleash Set. There's lots of fine cards in the pack, but not that many I feel that good about first picking, other than our rare. So that's good, I guess. Ooh. First pick, Sky Strike Officer. Second pick, Surge Engine. What the heck did they take out of this pack? You know, you say that some in this format because of the Retro Frame artifact. So that if this pack had a Worm Coil Engine or Helm of the Host in it, which that's what they took is the Retro Frame, then it makes sense. Otherwise, it doesn't make that much sense. So we're happy to take Surge Engine here. Thank you for the follow, Ire Kiraman. Feldon is a nice 2-drop. You know, we kind of want to be in blue-white a little bit to take full advantage of Sky Strike Officer, but we don't have to. We could definitely be some sort of blue-red tempo deck, and Feldon fits into that sort of deck. Yeah, I don't really want to Fabricate or Machine Over Matter that much. I do like Boulder Branch Golem. I mean, and I like Automaton too. Basically everything with Prototype. There's a few exceptions, but most of it is pretty good. We'll take Feldon in the end. Okay, so Evangel of Synthesis is pretty good. You know, if we were going to be like a blue-black draw deck. We did just draft that deck, so maybe we don't want to do it again, but, you know, we didn't have this card. The other options aren't amazing. I mean, again, Boulder Branch, Argothian Opportunist, excuse me, also pretty good. Both of these green cards are pretty good, actually. And they're both mono greens, so maybe it's more likely I play one of them than the Evangel of Synthesis. This is a word I learned originally from playing Magic back in the day, and so I always have a hard time actually saying it correctly, and I have to walk myself through the word evangelical every time because my brain has been damaged. Anyway, yeah, so I think we go with Opportunist in the end. The blue-green ramp deck is pretty real, but yeah. We do want to play blue pretty bad between Surge Engine. Oh my. Okay, well, here's a Battery Bearer. We definitely take that, and now I think we're, yeah, leaning into a blue-green ramp deck because this thing's super powerful, helps you ramp into stuff. Yeah, I mean, draws you cards. I do like Mightstone's animation and Audacity, but we'll take Battery Bearer here. This has been a very good start to a draft, I would say. Okay. Another Opportunist. Yes, please. Right now we don't have anything to ramp into, but we're going to get it. And Opportunist is great in that situation. I do like Subjugation, but I like the Opportunist even more. So this technically ramps us, but, you know, you have to have a low curve to ever actually use Springleaf Drum effectively in Limited, and that's not that easy. Certain Lesson seems good, you know, that draws us deeper into our deck and gives us a Power Stone. I think I'm interested in that. I do think the best card in this pack, if you're curious, is Scrapwork Cohort, but if we're not playing white, I'm not that interested. Scrapsmith's pretty good too, but given what we're doing, we'll take the Stern Lesson. Ooh. We'll also pretty happily take a Blanchwood Prowler. Yeah, it's a great 2-drop. Helps us hit land drops. Okay. Lots of options here. You know, again, this helps you ramp, but it's kind of finicky about it. It's a kind of card where usually it's hard to actually use when you need to ramp, and then by the time you can use it, you don't need it. So, don't love it. So, I like Perimeter Patrol, Coastal Bulwark, Third Path Savant. These are all pretty good. Do I like the Bulwark more than these other things? Probably. If we're going to be like a defensive ramp deck, it's probably what we want to take here. Okay, so I mean, this is technically ramp, but it's pretty bad. You know, giving up two things for... giving up a Power Stone for 2 Power Stones, for example. Not great. I think we'll take Epic Confrontation. It's a nice removal spell. This does ramp us, but we're not super desperate for more ramp. And I'd rather have a removal, because we do need it. Yeah, I have played an Artifact ramp deck, of course, the first draft video, the one that's already up on the channel as I'm streaming this. But it was actually a red-green deck, not a blue-green ramp deck. So, okay. I mean, I think I'd rather have Machine over Matter than the Stalwart. It is a soldier. It does ramp us. Maybe I'll talk myself into it. Sure, let's take the Stalwart. Kind of wild that this wheeled, but, you know, we're not taking it, so. We will take a Mightstone's animation, though. This draft is... Wow, and now there's a Weakstone Subjugation. Blue-green is very open. I think virtually every card we got is playable. I mean, the Stalwart and the Perimeter Patrol might not be amazing, but beyond that, I'm pretty happy with most of our cards. Well, not that one. So we're not good at fixing. Otherwise, Skyfisher Spider would interest me a bit. We do need things to ramp into. We still don't have those, and there aren't really any in this pack. Foundry Inspector is pretty sweet if we're ramping into artifacts, and chances are good we will be, because we're a Power Stone deck. Stern Lesson's nice. I'd probably take Foundry Inspector here. Static Net is something we could splash, but again, we don't have any fixing yet, and I don't... You know, if this pack didn't have other stuff I wanted in it, I probably would take Static Net or the Spider and try to play them. Probably do that over Stern Lesson, but yeah. I'll take the Inspector. Okay. Still nothing to ramp into here, shockingly. Probably just take a Wing Commando. Swiftfoot Boots gets a little interesting when you know you're going to have some huge prototype thing to ramp into, but Commando's probably still better. I do like Take Flight, but it's definitely better if we were more of a tempo deck than it will be in this deck. We do have a Boulder Branch Golem, and I probably grab that. It's a nice thing to ramp into. It's good to play low on the curve. I do like Animation and Koilos Rock, but if we don't find some things we're actually ramping into soon, we might be in a bit of trouble. So I think we take Boulder Branch here. This is pretty good. Doesn't really do, you know, we can't play it, but it is a good card, Visions of Phyrexia. Disfigure's good. I don't hate Scatter Ray. There is an Evolving Wilds, which could help us splash something potentially. There's another Bulwark. Yeah, I think I either want Static Ray or Bulwark. The Courier is fine, but it's definitely better if you're in blue-black or red-black where, you know, you need sacrifice fodder. I think we go with another Bulwark over Scatter Ray. Another Wing Commando, another Blanchwood Prowler. I think Wing Commando's a little better. How many non-creatures do we have at this point? We have 7? Yeah. Ooh, there's also a Rust Goliath, though, actually. We need something like it. So I think I'm going to take it. We now have a couple of decent... Wow, another Battery Bearer. Yes, please. Okay, well, that works. And another Rust Goliath. Yeah, all right. That works. So a little more ramp would be good now that we're packing a couple of Rust Goliaths. But the Battery Bearers, Opportunists, Stern Lesson, you know, Sentinel Stalwart to a lesser extent. All those things are pretty sweet. Foundry Inspector will make these cheaper too. So last time I made one of these ramp decks, I had the Portal. And so Phyrexian Portal, I think it's called. Portal 2 Phyrexia. Had that, and then I also had the Helm of the Host, which was absurd. Okay. I mean, I have so much mana that maybe Third Path Savant is what I want here. Yeah. Yeah, it probably is. Mind over Matter's not anything special, really. It was absurd. The video is actually up on my YouTube channel if you want to see how absurd. So another Bulwark or another Stern Lesson. Stern Lesson does give us some more ramp. I think we grab a Stern Lesson here. I don't want any of this stuff. I wouldn't hate like being able to splash Emergency Weld. I don't think we're drawing enough cards for Latnam Adept. I mean, we've got our Savant and our Lesson. I mean, it's just so bad if you don't have several ways to draw to, and we don't. We have a few. I think like splashing Emergency Weld is more appealing. Wow. All three of these blue cards came back. Coilless Rock ramps us. Mightstone's animation is nice. I think I'd probably take Coilless Rock in the end. Alright, Scatter Ray came back. I like that. And so did Wing Commando. Blue-green is just absurdly open, I guess. All of these nice blue and green cards just keep coming our way. Third Battery Bearer. So we do have Tokasia, and she is nice, but we still don't have any fixing. I mean, we could have picked some up, but it's not premium in this format at all to pick up fixing. And honestly, I think third Battery Bearer is better than first Tokasia in our deck anyway. So, third Battery Bearer it is. The awkward thing about Battery Bearer, well, I guess it'll trigger, I'll draw more with it, I guess, is what it'll do. But obviously, it won't make my creatures tap for more mana. So Burnished Heart does open the door for fixing, and it also ramps us. I think we like that. I mean, I would like a Boulder Branch Golem. And Urza's not bad, but I think we take the Heart. So now, I mean, I could definitely use like another big ramp target. Our mana has certainly gotten to the point where we want those. I mean, and certainly got to the point where Third Path Savant makes sense too. We do have the Stalwart. I guess that is fixing. I mean, it's not the greatest fixing, but between it and Burnished Heart, we probably can pull off splashing something. Maybe Emergency Weld. We'll see. Another one of these splitting the Power Stones, which I don't love. There's another Stern Lesson. We do have Depth Charge Colossus. It's not exactly the thing that I want to ramp into. So I may not take it here, especially because Steel Exemplar looks like it's going to be relatively easy for us to cast it as a 5-mana 6/6 Trampler in the deck. Archaeologist isn't bad, but it's definitely better in like blue-red than it is with what we're doing. This is also a mana rock, but we don't really need to spend mana and cards on actual mana rocks when we can make Power Stones. I think I'll take Steel Exemplar here. It is looking like it might be hard for us to pick up another really great reanimation thing. Or reanimation thing. Ramp target. But we'll see. I definitely take Desynchronize here. Do I want Guy's Gift #1? Does protect things pretty effectively. Yeah, you know what? I'd rather have Guy's Gift than Desynchronize. Okay, so Argothian Sprite gives us another place to sink mana. It's not optimal. This gives us another thing to help us splash, but I'm not really desperate for that. I do think we take the Sprite. It's not really what you want to be ramping into, but, you know. Another epic confrontation. We have a pallbearer as well. I'd probably take confrontation. We're not going to be that graveyardy. We have enough ramp. We don't want the mana creature either. Yeah, so I think these are going to be our only reanimation targets, which is okay, but, you know. Haywire Might has some targets, but I feel like Wing Commando number 3 is looking pretty good in this deck. Okay, we do get a Cradle Clear Cutter. I mean, it's not the most exciting thing ever, but it is like an early thing we can ramp into that's pretty sizable. And then it also gives us more mana, so I'll take it. I'll take a Mightstone's animation, too. It's going to be hard to trim this deck down. I mean, that's a good problem to have, but man. We've got a lot of playables in our deck. Don't really need the 2s, so I think we do take Urza. Yeah, I mean, some of these cards that are just sort of, you know, I don't really want Depth Charge Colossus, but I feel like having another monster is probably something I kind of need more than I need these other things. We'll see. It may end up getting cut. Do wish I'd picked up another Boulder Branch Golem a little bit, but, you know, that's okay. Don't really want to play Desynchronize, I don't think. I mean, I'm thinking we're probably going to end up cutting things. Oh, another Scatter Ray. Interesting. We're going to end up cutting a few, you know, just like decent creatures that I think would make the cut a lot of the time, but they're not going to here. Like, well, I already cut Perimeter Patrol, evidently. Yeah, like Perimeter Patrol. So I don't think we run the Stalwart in the end. I mean, we could splash Emergency Weld, but I don't see us gaining enough from doing that to do that to our mana when I don't really need to. Yeah. So, I mean, Urza's okay in this deck, but not great. Yeah, this is hard. We have just like, yeah, I mean, I guess we probably don't play Depth Charge Colossus in the end. We have enough big creatures as it is. Man. Maybe we don't run Scatter Rays in the end. I mean, it's okay, but I guess we're going to be wanting to, like, play things out and ramp anyway, so they're not amazing in this deck. I mean, I don't love having to play Argothian Sprite and Third Path Savant, and maybe I do just cut them, but they are things I can spend all that mana on. And I like that. But they are probably the weaker cards in our deck. I mean, Urza's not amazing in our deck either. It can churn out Power Stones and stuff, which is cool, but I guess maybe, like, if I'm I would probably cut a Bulwark before I would cut a Sprite. Yeah, we probably don't run Guy's Gift in the end. I mean, these sorts of... Is Steel Exemplar good enough? I mean, I think in a deck when you have 3 Battery Bearers and a bunch of Power Stones, probably. But when trying to decide what to cut, you know, it is coming to the forefront. The Clear Cutter is also not that great for us. I mean, we're going to be able to make enough mana that it's not that good. I mean, we could just be leaning on these 3 as our big ramp targets. I mean, I don't know. I have too many playables. Good problem to have. Maybe we don't run Burnished Heart in the end. I mean, it does ramp, but it's kind of clunky about it. And if we're not fixing it all, we're probably not that interested. So I think we probably do cut it. And we're not interested in the fixing. Yeah, I mean, maybe it is just Steel Exemplar. Do I make enough Power Stones to run 2 Might Stones animations? I mean, I feel like I do, but I should probably count. 2, 3, 4. Maybe not. 5? It's not amazing in our deck. We can also put it on our regular artifacts, of course, but it's not nearly as good. You know, a lot of our ramp is Battery Bearer and not actual Power Stones. So, I mean, this gives us Power Stones too, but I think we probably cut 1 Might Stones animation. I do think like Wing Commando is going to be pretty effective at pressuring our opponent in the early game as we do this stuff late. Yeah, I would like more 6+ things too, but we didn't really get them. I mean, I could run Depth Charge Colossus, but it's not very good. So I don't really want to play it when I don't need to, and I don't think I need to. But I do think Steel Exemplar probably gets cut. And maybe we just lose both Might Stones animations in this deck. We're just not Power Stony enough. I don't know. I think we probably have enough for 1. So maybe we do cut Third Path Servant. Savant. Urza Power Stone Prodigy's not amazing in our deck. We're not going to want to discard artifacts very much with it, so cut that. This is tough, man. I guess Argothian Sprite. Feels like we should maybe just really focus in on the ramp, which means things like Might Stone's animation don't make a whole lot of sense. And maybe we even cut 1 Wing Commando. The Bulwarks don't actually ramp us, of course, but they give us, you know, a 2-drop. So, yeah, I think we end up cutting a Commando. Everything else in the deck, one way or another, you know, either is a 2-drop we really need, or helps us ramp, or is something to ramp into. Well, not Sky Strike Officer, really, but it's just powerful. So I think that makes sense. That was tough, though. Do I need the Clear Cutter? Cut a Clear Cutter and put back in a Commando? I don't hate that. Yeah, I guess we're not actually triggering Prowess that much, though. So I think Clear Cutter sticks around. Yeah. All right. Yeah, definitely not a perfect version of the blue-green ramp deck. We're lacking... We don't really have any really powerful thing to ramp into. I mean, our, you know, the 2 10-drops, which I'm glad I spent the picks on those that I did. But yeah, the 2 10-drops are where the action is. We only have 2 lands, but, you know, we only need to draw a 3rd to really get going, so... Does our Surge Engine eat a removal spell right away? Let's find out. That is the downside about Surge Engine, of course. But, you know, the fail case is a 1-for-1, so it doesn't hurt my feelings too much. Okay. Oh my god. Of course we didn't draw a land. Okay, I can do this at instant speed, so I may as well. If we don't draw a 3rd land this turn, I think we are in a lot of trouble. I mean, I guess I could have gotten in for 3 if I did it, but... especially because I couldn't actually do anything. It was probably better to just do that. So, because we're having such problems, I kind of just have to shut down Mineworker with this. We'll attack them for 3. Drew both Rust Goliaths and our Clear Cutter. So, next we'll probably draw our Golem. So we'll have all 4 of our expensive things. That would be brutal. Alright, so they can attack me for 4 here. I think if I draw a 3rd land, it probably makes the most sense to play Opportunist. We do draw a 3rd land. I mean, the Clear Cutter does mean we can play Battery Bearer next turn. Well, if it's still alive. That is key. Alright, so let's attack them for 3. Play our Gothian Opportunist. I definitely should have just hit them for 3 that first turn with the Surge Engine. Then we'd be doing a lot better in this race. We'd be at 11. I'd still have the same amount of life. Because I didn't really do anything with my mana. It was like I was sort of trying to bluff that I had counter magic, and I guess if that had worked. But the upside of doing that is minimal compared to just, you know, attacking them for 3. Oh, good. That's good. I would have put the counter on the Vanguard if I was them, because I'm definitely blocking that Vanguard. Okay. Continue to have some issues here. The Bulwark looks pretty good on this board, provided they don't have some more really obnoxious action for us. Clear Cutter is an option. I think we just attack again. Do I just play Clear Cutter? Clear Cutter does give me more options next turn, so I think we do cast it. And it still blocks reasonably well. It doesn't threaten to kill things, unfortunately, but it does block. Alright, so they hit us for 4 here. Hopefully that's all they do, right? If I draw a land, I can play Wing Commando or Clear Cutter and Bulwark, which is probably what I'll do. Like, playing out 2 things is definitely better than just playing out, like, Rust Goliath or Battery Bearer at this point. So yeah, we're going to play the Bulwark and the Commando here. Basically, we just want to trade and keep attacking with Surge Engine. That has become our strategy in this one, unfortunately. They're having mana problems, too. Otherwise, I think we would have been utterly destroyed. And we still might be. We still might be. Yep, especially now that they drew a land here. That causes some problems for us. Now my Wing Commando can't trade for anything. The Bulwark still can. So there's that. So I could play potentially Battery Bearer and... Well, no, I'm not going to have the time. Maybe Rust Goliath is what's going to happen here. Oh, no. Well, now they don't have 5 mana, so I can at least trade. And I kind of have to. And I'd much rather trade for the thing that can't come back and do more damage. Okay. I think we attack again, because next turn we can threaten lethal. And I think I play here Battery Bearer plus Bulwark. Yeah. Thank goodness for Surge Engine, too. That's the only reason we're in this game as well. So, Bulwark. Battery Bearer. It's going to be a close one. That Weak Stone Subjugation, man. I'm glad it has that 1 mana option in this case. Like, you know, we had to use it earlier. We were going to get run over, so... But yeah, I would have had lethal if I'd attacked that first turn. That was definitely not a good call. Might Stone's animation here would not be great, but we would still win. Yeah, we would still win, so it'd be fine. Use your Might Stone's subjugation if you must. Okay. Interesting. Well, do I go for it with Surge Engine here and hope it works? I can still cast Cradle Clear Cutter in my second main phase if I do that. Yeah. Let's see if it works. I don't think I attack with Battery Bearer 2 because things go very badly in a number of different ways if I do. Wow, Surge Engine did it. I mean, that's really what it was all about in that game. Turn 2 Surge Engine, and then they never killed it. We had serious problems with our mana, but Surge Engine didn't care. They had mana problems too. Like, if they had been able to keep playing things, curving out, we would have been in trouble, but... Another turn 2 Surge Engine. This hand has much better mana up front too, which is nice. Maybe a very early Rust Goliath. We'll see. Liquid Metal Coating is a weird one to play, I feel like. I guess if you have several ways to blow up artifacts, you can use it to blow up lands, which is hilarious, but it's not usually the best strategy in Limited. All right. Sup, Titania? Do you think we're going to get melded? She does have Reach, which makes playing Winged Commando a little less attractive. I could just play Surge Engine and get the clock started, but playing out Winged Commando also means I can ramp more with Battery Bearer, so I think we just play the Winged Commando. So let's see. Do they turn my Winged Commando into an artifact and blow it up? Alright, we're going to take 3. Interesting. Alright, I think that's also a questionable card, though. We'll see. It's not impossible that I'm wrong. So if I play Battery Bearer here, next turn I have 8 mana. Though only some of it can be used. I'm trying to decide here if it's better for me to use Surge Engine and play Stern Lesson than it is to play Battery Bearer. It's probably just better to play the Bearer, so we're just going to do it. So we're going to be at 8 mana next turn for artifacts. And or abilities, which we do have a bunch of abilities on Surge Engine, so... I think I take 5 if they attack me again. I don't know that they do. I think I would if I were them, probably, but... Alright, so we got a whole lot of mana now. The only sort of awkward thing here is I can't use this and play the rock, and if I play the rock next turn, I can just slam Rust Goliath. So... Oh, wait, yes I can. No, because I have to use blue mana, so no, I can't. These can't tap for blue. So I think we just pass the turn. We just pass the turn here, and then play Rust Goliath next turn. Yep. That is the plan. Battery Bearer might be about to die, which will complicate that plan, but I can live with it. All right, that doesn't concern me very much. Aggressive. Alright, so let's play Koilos Rock. Given the whole liquid metal coating thing, there is a better chance than normal that they can just, like, destroy this Rust Goliath. Yeah. We do get to draw a card, right? Yeah, because it's cast. That part's nice. So here comes the Rust Goliath. We draw a card. Removal for this Titania would be nice. It's just a massive reach creature, which is less than ideal for us. This next turn, I guess Surge Engine's finally going to get started. Ooh. Aggressive. Can you just, like, do 10 to me? Is that what's going to happen? This is kind of mystifying, isn't it? Okay, well... I guess we're going to Stern Lesson here. So 5, 15, 18. I mean, they have to block. I think we just go for it here. Okay, that was an interesting game. It was an interesting game. I think they were frustrated, so they just fired off their Pyrrhic what's-a-who's-it, and, yeah. But holding on to Titania would have given them, like, 2 more turns, because with her around, I couldn't just, like, swing out. I mean, you know, the Colossus could do its thing, but... Alright, nice hand. No exciting things to ramp into, but... We can get our shields up pretty nicely and eventually ramp into something. Oh, there we go. Let's play Bulwark. There's an ambush paratrooper, which my Bulwark can't do anything about. Alright, so that paratrooper is going to be hitting us hard. Okay, well, I can do something about it now. The question is, do I want to? I think playing Foundry Inspector here looks really good because it means next turn I can play both of these. Aw. Then attack us for 3. Alright, feels like I need to ramp my mana if I'm going to have a shot here. And that certainly lets me do that. Okay. Well. Interesting. Could play Battery Bearer. It's not that great here, though. So I think I'm going to shut down the flyer. Then play another Bulwark. And end our turn. Yep, that's a good card. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, personally. It's pretty gross with Iron Claw Crusher, too, because they can give it a stats boost and everything. So, do I double block here and hope they don't have giant growth? I kind of feel like I have to. Don't love it, but feels like I had to do it, yeah. Well, I think that means we lose. Mana problems in back-to-back games, and this time our opponent didn't also suffer from them. So we take 6. Probably gonna have to play. I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a bunch of Power Stones. Do I just have to play Rust Goliath here? Yep. Not good. Yeah. All right. We're dead. That did not go well. Opponent got off to way too fast of a start for us to have issues with our mana. Okay. Hand could use... Uh-oh. Might be about to get run over again before we can get our feet under us. Because this hand could definitely use a 2-drop or something. Luckily they didn't play 2-drop, and we drew a 2-drop. That's nice. That makes me feel a little better. I'm sure it's dead now, but... At least they had to use a resource. And they didn't get a prowess trigger out of it that mattered. That's what I'm telling myself, anyway. Okay. play Foundry Inspector with the plan of trading it? Maybe. God, this looks ugly. They have a trick. They do. Well, once again, kind of like that play in the last game. I don't know how we win now. If I just taken it, it would still be true. So, you know, like all I can do is play one of these and can't really trade with anything. So, all right, we are just going to take 4. All right, that is a 2/2. Oh, they can get a land if they want it. Yeah, they went with the 2/2 though. Okay. Do I play Battery Bearer? Skystrike Officer is not really bad either. Good chance they can just run us over here, unfortunately, but let's see if they can. Maybe we'll stabilize. That's a lot of prowess. Do I double block? Sort of have to. This time we were able to get lands, but, you know, didn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, I think we just needed more 2-drops. Like, I think that's the only way you can keep up with this sort of deck. It's what we've learned today. We cut a few 2s. Maybe we'll put some more back in. I mean, it is a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction, but... Interesting, you're only attacking with that. If you're only attacking with that, I think I'm just gonna take it. Okay, well that helps a lot. Nice. So, Epic Confrontation. Then we're going to end the turn and leave up Stern Lesson so that we can buff Wing Commando again at instant speed. We're trying, we're trying. Stop going so wide. We need to draw our Golem, basically. Like, our Golem is our best draw right now. Alright, so we're going to Stern Lesson. Another Epic Confrontation. I feel like the Bulwark is more necessary than Stern Lesson at this point. God, the prowess on this, I mean, the word on this is such a nightmare. Alright, so we're going to Epic Confrontation again. And I guess I'm going to kill... Swift Spear? Killing Swift Spear seems pretty good. I could kill the 3/1, but I feel like I'd rather block that with my 3/4. Here we are trying not to be dead, but like a whole lot of creatures just like in the game. And so does a mass pump spell, which might be what they have here. Alright, so do that, do this, do that. Not the dwarf because it has ward pay 2 life. That's the only reason. We can't really afford to pay the life. So let's hope this just all lines up nicely. I don't think it will. I think we're dead. Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered how we blocked. Ouchies. Well... should I be running more 2-drops? I mean, I guess I don't have that many. Philology Archaeologist and Argothian Sprite. It sort of feels like I need them, though. At least the Sprite. Then cut another, like, Commando. Like, they're just sort of awkward in this deck. They're not bad, but... yeah, I think we cut another one of them. I need to be playing things on turn 2 more. So it feels. Maybe it's a knee-jerk reaction, but it seems like the decks are fast enough. Hey, look, there's one of our 2-drops. Of course, we got another one, too. But either way, nice hand. I'll take it. All right, I think we'll play the Sprite. I mean, it might allow us to get in for some damage. Or maybe not, since when that died, yeah, I don't really want to attack into that. I will play Foundry Inspector, though. I think if I were them, I would have attacked. I mean, I know it's tempting to, like, buff it, but I have no good blocks if they attack me. This is pretty sweet. I get to play out the Bulwark. So now we have 4, 8. So we actually can cast this turn. They're doing the same thing we are, but we're going to slam a turn 5 Rust Goliath. See if they have removal for it. Hello, Fleur. Yeah, I'm doing sort of a special stream today because this is on Arena, and I wanted to get some drafts in. Okay, so let's swing with Rust Goliath. Nice. There's several removal spells. There's the tap thing, but there's also the 4 mana exile an artifact, flyer, or enchantment. That's a thing. So I guess we pass here and just leave up mana for Koilos Rock. Yeah. / Coastal Bulwark. Hey, there's their Koilos Rock. How about that? Let's see, are they going to power out a Rust Goliath now? They might. Alright, so let's play our Koilos Rock. Then I'm going to surveil. Well, seems like a pretty good draw for if they manage to shut down the Rust Goliath nonsense. 1 mana Surge Engine. Nothing else is a good attacker, so... So, you're gonna draw? Works for me. They do get a... Thopter, but I don't think it's gonna matter. So, let's play our Surge Engine. How much total mana do I need for this ability? Can I use it? Not quite, because I need... Well, I should have enough blue. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6... Yeah! I can draw 3 at the end of their turn. That's not insane or anything. So if they try to kill our Surge Engine, and they might, I wonder if I'm supposed to use all those abilities. Nice. So if we're not up against an aggro deck, we seem to do pretty well. If we're up against an aggro deck, we've gotten slammed. So, which I guess is how you expect it to be. We out-ramped another ramp deck there. This is all right. It's one without a 2-drop, but that was a good draw regardless of opponent. I mean, sort of. You know, there was definitely... Oh, no. There was definitely a turn there. Oh, good. Good. That's a good draw because we need to slow the bleeding, and that certainly does that. Would have been nicer if they had to pass the turn there, but, you know, what are you going to do? So play Argothian Opportunist here. Oh, no. Okay. Play Argothian Opportunist. If they have removal here, we're in trouble, and it looks like they probably do. Maybe not. We'll block the Automaton. Okay. Can we do it? Yeah, the Haste Automaton is nice. For sure. So we definitely block our Gothian Sprite here if it attacks me, and it does. They can give that thing double strike. Oh, no. Oh, wait. We're going to be okay. Thank you, Power Stones. I do have to play this thing out now, which is kind of a bummer. But, yeah, so we play Rust Goliath as a 3/5. And Epic Confrontation to kill Misery's Shadow. Don't have Giant Growth. Don't do it. Okay, good. Can we stabilize? We might manage it here. We kind of need them to brick on a couple of draws. And they didn't. So they did not brick. Alright, so we're going to go to very little life here. Interesting. Okay, so let's play Surge Engine and then leave up all our mana. Might just be blocking here as a 5/4 to kill the Philology Chain Dancer, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, you know? If this is a trade, we still might stabilize. You know, that's not how you want to use your Surge Engine, but hey, you know. Okay. Well, I think we're hoping we can flash in Koilos Rock and kill Gwenna. Let's hope they didn't draw something big that ruins that plan. Because she gets a counter if they draw something big. They drew something big. Yep. Of course they did, right? Okay, well, I'm actually not that alarmed by that. Would I have preferred them to attack? And it looks like they probably would have if they'd realized they weren't going to get the counters there. Okay. Well. And we play Bulwark. And then we play an island. Do I start attacking? Yeah, I don't think so. We are trying very hard to stabilize, but we're at 4. So it's not going to be... It's easier said than done. I could cast Stern Lesson now, but I'd rather kind of wait until... I'm going to wait. Okay. Well, now do I attack? I mean, I think probably. You don't have reach, do you? No. Trying to turn this bad boy around. We need them to keep bricking on draws. Sooner or later, they won't, unfortunately for us. But they do only have a few turns. I mean... Alright, so we're going to Surveil. Another Bulwark. I mean, that's fine, honestly, because then it lets me attack with both flyers. And I think I just keep holding on to Stern Lesson. Maybe not. Do I just fire it off? Thing is, I'd like to hold on to a land and get rid of a land and draw, like, a real card. But, you know, what I don't want to happen is draw 2 real cards here. But I should probably just Stern Lesson. It's probably the right thing to do. So, Battery Bearer... well, I guess it'll draw us cards. That's probably a little more useful than the Bulwark is. I mean, the Bulwark will Surveil, I guess, but, you know, doesn't make that much of a difference. See, should have waited. Alright, so let's try attacking here. Does something die? Hello, Special Executive. Glad you could make it to the stream. All right. I'm going to hold on to the land to bluff, if for nothing else. They make another Power Stone. If they ever draw something big, I think we're kind of dead, but let's hope they don't. Luck stays on our side, maybe? Looks like it is for another turn anyway. Put that land in the graveyard. And draw another. Okay. We do have a lot of bodies now, which makes it a lot easier for us to find a way to survive. So trample is a real possibility. I am going to try just blocking with the bulwark on that. And what do I block the other thing with? Battery bearer. I mean, it's not likely they can buff both of them. So I think I just go ahead and block both of them. All right. So triple block to kill the behemoth would have left us dead, obviously. Too many tricks to do that. Ooh, they got us. They managed to find a way through. Yeah, I mean, that's bound to happen when you're at super low life. I could have blocked with more things, so I didn't take any damage, but I don't think that would have been the wisest move. They would have killed all my creatures and still done it, actually. So that deck, you know, we almost stabilized there, but it definitely struggled against aggro decks. They drew well, like, eventually, but, you know, we were only in that game because they weren't drawing that well. So I can't really feel like they got lucky, because we needed them to miss on draws several times, and they did. It's the only reason we were in the game, so